ETE Emetep Seni Senet Anquas the Jet Uncle Johnson. Do I Henu. I'm over here testing my new equipment. So if you happen to pop up and ask a question, we'll answer your question on the spot. Right now though, I'm just looking, trying to make sure I know how to use this StreamYard stuff. It's kind of new to me, right? And after you finish scrapping and boxing, sometimes you get hit in the head and you forget things. You will do though. You will do that for sure. Uh, so I'm trying to make sure I know how to work this stuff. Let me view it on YouTube as well. Okay. So I know my YouTube is going, which is a good thing. So once I know the YouTube is going, let me make sure it's shown on the right channel because it wasn't the last time we did this. It was on a different channel. We was trying to get it on this one. So now you know what's going on. ETM Hatep, if you came in the building, I'm testing out the equipment. You got any questions while I'm testing this equipment out? We will go right over them. You got anything you want me to address? Shout out to Sister Jolanda Zachary, loud and clear. Thank you, sis. Man, trying. This technology race sometimes is crazy. So I got my new box over here, right? Ying. Look at my box. My equalizer set with the sound effects and all of that. There it is. Where's my ticker at? Hold on, let me pull up my ticker, y'all. So I can, it's under banners, I think here. Let's create a ticker real quick. There it is. Hey. www.monumentalcomics.com. Get the new book, Ankh Uja Seneb. We'll be telling the story of the Aku in human form, so to speak, and looking to turn that into a movie. Shout out to Black Sands. Black Sands just got a deal with Kevin Hart and a couple other people. It was Kevin Hart and it's another gentleman, and then there's some people involved. So we expect to see a big movie or something from them soon. You know, that's a big deal. But yeah, I don't know what's been going on. There go my sister. It's a couple of y'all in the building. Um, Debate coming up. My brother True Justice. Is Kemet relevant today? Is Kemet relevant today? So we're gonna be addressing some of those things, some of the good stuff. So it's sounding good, it's sounding clear. You guys see the banner below, I believe. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, Black Sands is fire, absolutely. Hopefully they get it off. We've been talking. We're in there's a place called Black Superhero Comics doc. It's on Facebook. We're all in there. It's a bunch of us in there. There's a few of them, and you got like some of the people in there, Reginald Hudlin and all them cats. We're all in there. So, um, hop in there for sure. Cool. The band is popping, absolutely. So I haven't got to really YouTube a whole lot because I've been crazy busy. Um, which is why I'm not in the debate league this year. Which is why I haven't been making a lot of videos, which I made that clear before that I wasn't going to be able to make a lot of videos because we're busy. We got like movie stuff happening right now. So um, I don't know what's popping. You guys got to put me on game. I can tell you there's another. Hold on, let me show y'all some of the Monumental Comics book. Let me show y'all the book. Cause she said Black Sands is fire. So let me share screen. Let me show y'all some of this Uncle Joss and Nab action so y'all know what it is real quick. Let me see. Where's my share screen? Ying! There it is. Share the screen. I want to give y'all I want to give y'all some goodies, right? Let me see where we at. Let me go to my, I think it's on my main page, right? Let me see. I ain't filled this computer up yet like the last one. Let's pull up Soaring Eagle real quick, right? Soaring Eagle's and hold on, let me pull him up. Let me pull him up like the PDF he is. Pull up like the PDF you are. So this is one of the books right here, Soaring Eagle. Can always make it bigger, you know. Monumental Comics, we're in the building. Beautiful panels, beautiful colors. It's going down. Oh yeah, it's action packed. There go your brother right there. He in the, he ready to get it. Is yeah. Soaring Eagles in the mix. We going there, right? Let's go get another one. Let's go get another one. This one right here, a hero I made after some of my rivals. It's the Adrenaline book. Hold up, that's the Amashon Gobon. We need that's the Adrenaline cover. Hold on, let me get his book. I think it's up here. Let me see. There he goes. That one is still in the mix, right? Callus featuring Callus. And really, it's where you need to go, right? Right here. Like right here. You got Adrenaline, there go Callus. There go Soaring Eagle. Ying! There it is, $5.99. Pick that up. Pick that up for the family. It's gonna be a sweet series, to say the least. It's going to be a very sweet series, to say the least. You dig me? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a sweet series. Let's hold up though. Let me go pull out that. We're gonna pull that book out right now for y'all. Let me see. I'm just learning how to what. There it is. The digital. Ying! Let's get it in, man. There they go. That's the first family in the building, huh? Asar, Aset, Set, Nebet, Haru, Geb, and Nu. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we about to do here. I see a lot of people trying to do it too. After we didn't put it down, right? After we stirred up a little something, now they trying to do it too. I get it. I understand. Monumental Comics, that's the brother. I get it. Look at this. You get to walk through the steps of the childbirth of the great mother Nu, Sab, the Sanu. They are in the building. All the good stuff. You know, the only problem I have with this childbirth, why is she laying on her back? She should be sitting down over the birth brick, huh? So y'all can scold me about that, right? See, Geb is mad at me, right? Geb is mad at me for it. Brother Asar, why didn't you put her over the birth brick? Yo, I was trying, brother. I was trying, and I didn't. And so you can see Brother Sep get mad at me, right? Where's he at? He mad at me? He mad at me. Hold on, where you at? Where you go? He was angry in that shot. There you go. He mad. So absolutely. Big things coming down the pipeline. Let me stop sharing. Yeah. It's coming down the pipeline. You know I got to take care of y'all for sure. And hopefully y'all enjoy the book. Hopefully you enjoy the book. Shout out to my brother Cosmic Thoughts. There we go. Imhotep. Man. Enjoy the book. What else? Where did we leave off last? I think we were discussing Kemet Black or something. I think the brother Ujao, the brother Rick. Yeah, Rick. He was saying something about the black land or something like that. Um, and we let him come on, right? Because he felt a certain way. Because me and Rob Bourne were in the chat in the messenger room with everybody and it wasn't going his way. So we let him come on and say some stuff and some other stuff. And then my brother Smash Rockwell got busy the other night. He got busy the other night. He was explaining how Kim, it is black people over there. I'm just going to add something for you today. I'm going to add something for you today because a lot of people don't know this, that in the Fifth Dynasty, as my computer loads up here, as my computer loads, I'm going to just put you on game. And this is something I didn't say because me and him didn't debate. You know what it looks like when I debate because you can catch me on Solomon's channel. You know how we get down. You know, if you debate me, what it's going to look like. So don't run off to your channels and pretend like you debate me or none of that. Nobody who any of us, we have the discussions, right? We have a discussion. It's one thing. If you want to debate, set it up. We'll set it up properly so both of us can talk. And then I'll walk you down. But let me be clear before I even go there. This is just one. In case anyone says that they didn't call themselves black, we're just going to go all the way back to the Fifth Dynasty real quick. And this is going to dead it. Okay. This is the graffito. The uppermost copy is tracing from the text of LD. That's up here. The bottom half is right here. Anybody who knows Metal Netra knows this discussion is already over from seeing this right here. If you read this, this says be the black. Sabi the black. That's his name. That's what he called himself. So when we see Kemet and Infodici tells you something like, and people don't even know about this, right? This is Fifth Dynasty graffiti. This is why I said nobody wants to sit down and discuss these and really debate these, because once we start bringing out the real information, it'll be a wrap, right? If you debate me, you're gonna get the full skinny. It'll be a wrap. So it says when Infodici tells you it says the black community, it's exactly what he means. When they tell you it's the black land, that's exactly what it means. Even if I take you into the mythos, which they haven't, I see people going to Hebrew mythos and different stuff like that. If I take you to the mythos, it's going to tell you the black land. It's going to say the great green. It's going to see the great round because they thought the earth was round. It's going to tell you the great black. And then it's going to, then I'm going to show you in the Metal Netra too, in the pyramid text. Right. So then we're going to go to what the Greeks thought. They're going to tell you, yeah, we thought it was the black land too. We called it the riparian country when we moved there, but we did call it the black land. Just so we know, right? Just so we get that off the table. Just in case anybody is in doubt, right? It's stuff like that. So it's cosmic thoughts like share it. Not yet. I'm waiting for somebody to say, I'll debate them and then come get in the ring. Because you know what I do when I'm in that ring, right? So right now, all I'm doing is I'm letting you know if I want to go there, it's a wrap. I haven't gone there. What else, man? A lot of stuff, a lot of scientific theory talk right now. My brother Tone was telling me he wanted me to speak on scientific theory stuff. I guess something had popped up. You have to remember, before scientific theory happens, you have conceptualization of theogonies. That takes place before any scientific theory. This is why when I said Heka takes place before scientific theory, it's because it's true. You don't get scientific theory without Hecke. You don't get science without Hecke. So if like if I take you to the origins of how scientific theory starts, like if I take you to, I was just reading him today. Uh Actually, I was reading him 3 days ago because there's something I wanted to cover. But if I take you to Epicurus, the Greek, right? Hold on, let me pull it up, and then here, let me share my screen. If you think science begins everything, you're wrong, right? Before you have a theory, you have a conceptualization, and once you have a concept, then you can build your theory off of that. So before there was scientific theory, you had Epicurus. Before you had Epicurus, you had Sinemut and Hesiod. But in case you don't know, or in case you would like to skip over processes, I just pulled them up. Where is some of these books? Right? Here goes good old Epicurus. Here goes good old Epicurus. The first rule of inquiry, utterance and concept, rejection of demonstration and definition. This is the foundation of scientific theory before science is even a word. This is where they get it from. And so this is what happens. Anybody who tells you it could never be like this, don't listen to them. This is probably somebody who doesn't come out the house, has never been there, doesn't do any archaeological work. They're Google Gaga. And if you're Google Gaga only, you probably don't know. And so when it comes to science and cosmogony, cosmology, and different things of that nature, if you're disrespecting the African thought that brought it first, you better go rethink your plan before you get in the ring with the big boys. This is upfront. It's in your face, it's in your face. So Epicurus, this is where they start to actually formulate their scientific theory. And then if I start pulling up statements from scientists where scientific theory comes from initially, you lose. If we start talking about concepts of, my man Tone was telling me this, was why I'm bringing it up. If it's concepts about the Big Bang, if it's concepts about how the universe started, concepts about a multiverse, concepts about linear, inline verse, and all this other stuff, the foundation comes from a conceptualization before science takes place. Hecke would have taken place before any scientific theory. Here you have Epicurus showing you before scientific theory is a term, how it takes place. And so perceptions impact from outside, the first sentence and the mind. Now, he's going to be wrong in some things. He's going to be right on some things. This is where your hypothesis formed from. He just told you that right here on the first page. Epicurus statement of rule, utterance and concept, demonstration, definition, reference in an inquiry, formation of initial concepts. Observation, Epicurus' second rule of inquiry, statement of the rule, senses, perception, mental perception. This is where it starts. Impact from outside. Surveys, the five senses of the mind, formation, speed of the visual, all of this. This is Epicurus. This is Epicurus. Whether he's testing if a soul exists, whether he's testing how far the universe, and all of that stuff comes here first. The early atomist. Right here. Right here. You didn't know? Right? All you got to do is, if I log in, we can borrow the book. We don't need to. We don't need to. I got it over here anyway. I got it over here anyway. But that's if we just pull up Epicurus real quick. So, like I said, anybody who doesn't know where the theories start, you're going to be lost if you think that, uh, stop sharing. You're going to be lost if you think that these things don't come till the term science comes, because science is kind of a Johnny come lately term. If we look up when science, the term science begins, right? Science, we did this before when we were having a discussion with our brother Asar Amenhotep, right? Science begins. Wow. Now, see, and this is what I'm talking about. If you ask a scientist, not somebody who reads a book or two, I'm saying if you ask a scientist, this is what they're going to tell you. The earliest roots of science can be traced to ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia in around 3000 to 12,000 BCE. Their contributions to mathematics, astronomy, and medicine entered and shaped Greek natural philosophy of classical antiquity. When did science begin? Right? And so people make these blanket statements and you shoot yourself in the foot. If you're making a blanket statement and you're trying to dismiss old information, try again. Try again. If you want to dismiss old information, your new information has to trump the old information. And guess what? If it does, it's still going to be a record of how the old information brought you to that new inquiry. So the ancestors still stand. Statements like this, yeah, history is science. You can go right here. When did science begin? The Great Growing Up. The earliest roots of science can be, this is from thegreatgrowingup.com, right? We can go to Live Science. We can go to any science forum. They're going to tell you what they did in ancient Kemet, what we call Heka, is science. That's what they're going to tell you. So, conceptualization of the universe, a Big Bang, a multiverse, any type of verse, when you get it and you go read the book of Newt, you go read the book of the Menket, which is talking about the rising of the sun, different things like that, it's going to start there. It's going to start in ancient Africa. So don't let anyone demonize your African ancestors, right? Then it's going to come over to Greece. Once it comes over to Greece, it'll make its way to Rome. Once it makes its way to Rome, it'll start to expound out to the rest of Europe, while Africa is still having contact with different cultures everywhere else. And then Europe starts to do the same, China starts to do the same. Uh, and that's how these things spread out and start to make the ripple wave effect, if you will. So this like I said, brother Cosmic, my man Tone was like, yo, this, I was like, okay, let me go in here, let's do it, let's see what's up, right? So that's that's if I'm hearing stuff like that, when we're hearing stuff like that, we have to have an issue with the thinking, right? We have to have an issue with the representative of the information, because what are you saying about our ancestors if you don't believe they were doing science? You don't get penicillin without them. And then they start agreeing with the cynics stuff. They start saying stuff like, oh, they just lucked up upon it. But the Greeks did the research. Who does that? Who says that about their ancestors, man? Who does that? So this is important to know, just some basic information. And like I said, I'm just testing out my equipment. Let me see. Did y'all hear laughter? Y'all didn't hear no laughter, did y'all? So I still gotta work on some things right here. But testing out the equipment. We'll start to break some shows down. We'll start to do some stuff. Um, A sister requested that we do Nebet Head, right? So she wanted to know who was the mother of Ra. She asked me, I think maybe 6 months ago. So we'll be covering that as well. I just been busy. Um, I need a haircut. I I got I'm busy over here. We're gonna be in the mix soon. Uh, Share the video if you like. I'll probably share it in a room or two, just because all I'm doing is testing equipment. And like I said, let somebody accept the debate or something. That's what we do, right? You can find me on that debate channel, on Solar's channel. Right now, I'm just laying in the cut. I'm busy doing some bigger stuff that handles business. If y'all need anything, all you got to do is hit me right under one of these videos, and we'll run it down. In a minute, I'll start to do videos regularly again. We'll build the crowd back up. We'll make it happen. Um, and that's it. Shout out to the ancestors, of course. Shout out to uh I can't remember. Y'all know what I do. I fight, I spar. Y'all know what it is. Uh how they say there's grave robbers. Oh, absolutely grave robbers. In fact, Cosmic Thought, check this out, right? There's a king who commissions, or I won't say commissions, he orders one of his confidants to go dig up jewelry from some of the dead Aku. Says, go get the jewelry so we can melt it down and make some more gold rings. So there's a king who commissioned him to do that, right? He said, go do this. And when you finish doing it, it'll kickstart the economy. We'll be able to do this, that, the other. Most people don't know that. So, and we can show who the king was. We can do all that stuff. Yeah, we'll also be talking about in this discussion. Uh, we'll be talking about Aker. Let me pull up Aker real quick. Aker is another form of the earth god. It's actually a form, I believe, that's before Geb, right? And then the Akaru are different Necharu that they don't harm the king, but they defend against those who are evil. Here's Aker there. Yesterday and tomorrow, you see it as, right? And Aker replaces the Nechakerti. He's the new ferryman of Ra, right? In later texts, in the coffin text, right? But early on in that pyramid text and in the Amduat text, yeah, you find him. He's an earth Necha. He's like Seb. And so when people present uh this, because this is what we're gonna talk about, he gonna try and do what Tazariak did to Jabari did the other night when we debate on the 15th, me and True Justice, Solar Division Debate League. He's gonna talk about this. Akeru means to bend, it means to fold. So Gab is folding, he's bending. But here goes Akeru right here. This is Akeru right here with the Wasapta. That's him. That's him. And most people, they don't even know that. But we're gonna cover we're gonna cover a tad bit of that. I'm gonna come back and do a totally different show about there. There goes Akeru again, right there. Right in the circle. Huh? Netzer, Neb, Dua, Lord in the Dua, Akeru. And I think this might be Kim, the Black, but that's about something else. Duat Netzer. Now you see, let me tell you something real quick. These Netzeru flags, they mean something. What they mean, I'm not even going to tell it right here. I'm not going to tell it just yet. This Netzer would be Geb. How do I know? Because there's 3 flags. there's three flags right here. There's three Neteru flags, right? Duat, this is Duat, uh, Ket Netcheri. This is Peret, E-M. And then you got, like I said, right there, you got Ma, Hetep, all that stuff. All that's there, right? Eal, Duat, Per, in the house of, right? All that stuff. But when you see these Netcheru flags, we're going to cover what the numbers mean. If you see a certain number, which particular Netcheru they're talking about when you see those flags and how you know them. And it has something to do with our brother. Was I sharing screen? I wasn't even sharing screen. Let me pull it back up so y'all can see it. I'm talking, I ain't sharing the screen. I'm supposed to be like, you ain't sharing the screen, stupid. Okay, share it. You did say it. Just share the screen, stupid. Let's go back in. Let's go. So when you talk a care, like I said, you're talking a Netcher before Geb, but that eventually becomes Geb. So when you see the Senu Tawi Stella, remember, Akeru means one who bends. Geb is always bending. Here it goes here. And supposedly this part and his knee up is like the valley and, concerning ancient Kemet. We're not going to get into that right now. We'll cover that later. He's bending. Here he's just spitting. Right here you can see it. It says Seb spits. And you see three flags right here. Three Netzeru. Netza Iri this, Sheneb, blah, 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 right? So you know what he's doing. You know this is a saw right here, right? Because right here, Ken T Amenti. That's one of his names, right? Iri Tep, Pet, Iri Ta, Iri Duat, Per, Nature Ah, in the house of nature, in the Duat. So we're talking about the sky, right? Right? All that stuff over here. Neferi, good, Set, you know who she is, Per, her house, her tap in peace. You see Asar trying to get him a piece. He trying to get in that house and get him a piece. But this is actually Nut over Seb right here. Nut over Seb right here. The Jet Tawi or the Jet Taheh, millions of years given, all that stuff. But over here, he's not sucking anything, he's spitting. So we're going to cover that. And here is Aker. This is Aker in the circle. It's Aker in the circle. And so we'll get to that later, right? But when I go to this right here go Aker again. Here go Aker again, ain't it? Huh? And over here you got Duat Netzer. But you got these three flags right here. When you see the three, it's talking about Geb, it's talking about Geb, it's talking about Seb, it's talking about the earth god Geb. Gebeb, if you will, right? Anytime you see the three, it's referring to Geb. It's referring to Geb, just so you know. And like I said, we're going to talk about how we know how many flags mean which particular Netcheru, right? When is it talking about Ptah? When is it talking about Ra? When is it you understand? So we're going to cover that in a later discussion. But anytime you see the three, you should know what it should be. You understand? So we'll go over that. When you see 4, what does that mean? When you see 5, when you see 9, who's who, what's what. And a lot of it has to deal with rulership. A lot of it has to deal with rulership. So it's very important to know Manito. It's very important to know Manito and what Manito says concerning, because they correlate to what Manito says. This is why I respect, is one of the reasons why I respect Manito over a Josephus, or even with the Kings list that we have. Manito's has most of those kings in it, and he also, corrects a few things. Manito's is a little more sound when it comes to the situation in the mythos. So we'll get into that later. I'm just testing equipment. How long I've been talking for? I got to get out of here. It's always something to do. There's always something else to remind me. So we're gonna get into some things. What I want you guys to do today before we go on here, www.monumentalcomics. There's 3 books you can purchase now digitally. If you purchase this digitally and then you send $4 more later, I'll send you this one here. We'll send you that one there we'll send you the physical copy of it on the house. Right. Let's get out of there though. Scientific theory for my mans, because we had to cover it. There was something I was going to tell you though, just a second ago. I can't think of it at the moment. But like I said, we're just testing the equipment today. We'll start to get it popping again. You can share the video wherever you like. You can tell whoever. You know how I do. You know what it is when it comes to me. You know, if you come over here, the type of information you're going to get. You also know everything is going to be foundationally solid. You know, it's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. If somebody's doubting, let's sit down at the table, because these are the discussions we should have anyway, right? We should have these type of discussions so it could get in the open, so we can see what's true, what's not true. That's what's important. If what you say is true, let's see, right? I know. Remember who you are. Be in the star. Uncle Jet, Uncle Jasaneb. I'll talk to you all very soon. I'm just starting to learn how to work this equipment. I got the banner popping at the bottom. I feel good about myself, guys. Let me tell.